So I know you guys know me as an Apex player, and if you didn't see my last video, I talked about the state of Apex and everything going on with Apex, and that I'm also heavily addicted to a new game. I'm sure you've seen it all over your timeline, all over your TikTok feeds, all over your YouTube recommended. Marvel Rivals is taking over, and I understand why. I've put about 87 total hours. We can round up to 100. And I want to tell you why, as an Apex player, why I like this game so much. And also the things I dislike and the things that I kind of miss about Apex in this kind of situation. Yes, I know it's weird to like compare these two games, them being completely different games, but that's what I know. I have 10,000 hours in Apex. I'm an Apex Predator player. I've been playing Apex and making content about Apex for a very long time. And this is the first time I've played a game in this entire time that I've been addicted to that's not Apex. If it's not apparent, a big deal of this game is the fact that it's a Marvel game. These are characters we've watched and known and read. Personally, I grew up a big time superhero fan and a big comic reader, so to be able to play as these characters in a game that's actually good and also is competitive and also kind of scratches the itch of being a multiplayer competitive game, it just mixes so well in my brain. It just makes me happy. Playing Moon Knight is wild. Playing as the Punisher is wild. Playing Spider-Man, even though I'm not really a Spider-Man player, is wild. And I think that that's another one big reason that people love this game so much. Pretty much every single hero in this game is OP. They're extremely strong. But when everything is strong, it makes the game a lot more fun than when games are nerfed to the ground. Like, for example, as someone who's been playing Apex, balance and hero and legend balance and weapon balance is always a big thing. This character's OP. We have Seer meta, we have Horizon meta, we have support class meta. Everything is because one thing. My dog just cut me off. That's crazy. Everything is because one thing or the other is too OP, so everything gets nerfed, or your favorite character got nerfed and this ability is gone. That's not the case with this game. Everything is really, really strong, and I've seen cases on Twitter where the devs have talked about not being interested in nerfing things, but buffing things, or just adding more characters and more and more and more characters. Oh, and a big deal about it being Marvel is that these characters are never gonna run out. This game launched with 33 characters, and there's just more coming. The Marvel universe is ginormous. They can go from like the most niche, weird characters like Asbestos Lady, which is a real character in Marvel Comics, look it up, or obviously like the Fantastic Four or more X-Men, or Deadpool could come in the game. So with that being said, the balance situation, when every character is really, really strong and one really strong character is outplaying another really strong character, it causes a lot more fun, in my opinion. You don't have to worry about how oh, I can't beat this character because this character's so bad, or I play this character for this one niche thing, but it can't do. Like, the characters are really, really, obviously there's 3 different classes, but it just feels like no matter what you're doing, no matter what character you're playing, they're very strong at what they need to do. Whether that's to support, whether that's to tank, whether that's a tank that's like a dive tank or a more shield tank. Like, there's just so much variety, but I feel like no matter who you're playing, pretty much, they're very strong and you can do a lot with them. Personally, as an Apex player, someone who comes from a fragger role when playing competitive and playing the game a lot, I like being a DPS player. But who doesn't like DPS? Everyone insta-locks DPS. That's a whole problem already in the game. But I generally really enjoy playing DPS in this game. I'm already Lord level on Punisher in the game. It's been really addicting, but I've been recently solo queuing to Grandmaster, and that's been crazy. We'll get to that in a minute. But during that time, I've been trying different characters, obviously playing different roles and filling and flexing when I need to play tank, when I need to play support. My favorite support currently is Cloak and Dagger. My favorite tank is Venom because of his dive abilities and takes so much attention away from either my support class or my DPS people, and just taking over a point because I'm just making everyone look at me. Like, there's so much dynamic ability for every single character, and it feels so refreshing to not have characters nerfed to the ground over and over and over. There's characters that are more difficult to learn that have a lot more abilities to them, like a Cloak and Dagger. You're playing 2 different characters at one time, 2 different heroes at one time, which I think is really cool in concept, and I hope to add more characters that kind of blend like that, and a little more simple characters. Like, my favorite character in the entire game to play is Punisher, which is kind of just mirrored very similar, like a Soldier 76 from Overwatch. He's kind of just point and click, but there's so much more dynamic to him than just like Soldier from Overwatch. Or it kind of makes me feel a little bit more like I'm playing Apex again, just with this kind of twist on it, because I can use his zipline for movement stuff. I have his smoke for movement stuff and for visibility, like in 1v1s or different situations. Like, it's like expanded on what a character can be in a game. And for me, sometimes I get a little overwhelmed when a character has too many abilities. So having abilities that are fun and that you can like flex on and like do different things on and be flashy with, but it's not too complicated, is a sweet spot for me, which is another reason why I really love playing DPS in this game. Or excuse me, why I love playing Duelist in this game. Now, I know I've been glazing this game this whole video so far, but there are some things that are little bit difficult for me to wrap my mind around. I gotta get this out of the way. I've heard things about the Overwatch community. I'm not an Overwatch player, and this game is showing me how true it is. I have never been more tilted and had more arguments in a game in my entire life, ever. In my 28 years, I have never had a game like this. I've never run into people like this. I've had people walk out. We've come out of spawn and their first words out of their mouth is, this game is over. We threw. It's GG's. You guys suck. My teammates suck. And nothing has happened yet. And they meant it. And they cried out throughout the entire game. Yo, we gotta lock it in. Like, relax. We're in gold lobbies for, like, come on, bro. Gold lobbies and we're crying already? Like, this is crazy. But during, especially, I've been so, like I said, all my streams, which you should follow me on Twitch, by the way. I'm a full-time streamer. I stream every day. These games have been wild. I'm trying to solo queue to Grandmaster. At one point, I was all the way up to Plat 1. And then this past weekend, in the streams, we dropped all the way down to gold. We just went on a losing streak. And I had teammate after teammate after teammate that were just upset before the game even started. We're getting GG's after 1 or 2 deaths in a round, a bad push. No one rallies, and that's a problem sometimes. I'm not gonna lie. That's one of my biggest turnoffs about the entire game. And it's not the game's fault, but the community is so, it's a lot more toxic than I expected it to be. Maybe I thought it was gonna be a little more chill because, like, Marvel, Disney, I don't know how the ban system works or what you can say or whatever, but like, nah, it's approached and it's been wild. These lobbies are nothing short of wild. But when you have a good lobby, teammates communicating, comms are good, people using their mics, people trying to win, this game is peak. This game is so fun. Like, the amount of fun from being successful in this game, the rush you get when you either win in overtime or even when you roll a team, that like feeling like when you win that game and you gain and you rank up in the game, it feels amazing. It feels so good. And honestly, I played a lot of games and, you know, messed around with a lot of different FPSs and shooters and stuff like that while playing Apex, and nothing ever felt as good as winning an Apex. Winning an Apex always felt better for me, at least when it comes to either, you know, COD, Overwatch, Fortnite, whatever. Apex always was the top feeling winning a game. This feels like that, especially in the early days of Apex. This feels like that. That's the next thing I love about the game. It's fresh. Obviously, the game came out at the beginning of December. It's now the end of December. It's only been out for a couple weeks, but I don't know. There just hasn't been a game in a long time that's grabbed this much attention that people like actually seem to really enjoy. And there's a lot of hype around. I don't know if y'all remember back in the day, like 2017, college and high school friends like taking pictures of their Fortnite wins on their Snapchat stories and stuff like that. Like, it kind of has that same kind of energy. A lot of people know about the game. There's a lot of memes around the game. Jeff. There's just something so fresh about seeing a brand new IP, a brand new game, like feel like everyone's coming together to really enjoy it. Unless they're in my rank lobbies, then they're just bad people. I know this video's been kind of like a rant and just talking, but I'm an Apex player. It's something I've always done, and that's what I've created content on. But this game has been so refreshing, and I wanted to express to you guys here on YouTube why I think this game is good and why I'm actually enjoying streaming this game. This is the longest I've ever gone not playing Apex. I think it's been literally like almost 2.5 weeks of me playing Rivals every single day on stream, and I haven't even touched Apex, and that's rare for me. So I think Marvel Rivals might be the wave, and I'm getting kind of nasty at the game. But thank you guys for a wild 2024. Obviously, this channel's had a lot of ups and downs. It's been very, very confusing in what direction I want to take this channel. It's been pretty stressful. I like being human. I want to be like, on my streams, I'm very authentic. I feel like on YouTube, I'm not the best at doing that. But I want to do that more and just be real and be myself and be really authentic. So it has been very stressful trying to figure out where to go, the direction to go with this channel, especially with the ups and downs of Apex, but just the ups and downs of me as a person, the creator. But if you enjoyed this so far, if you enjoyed the gameplay that you saw in this video, or just me talking about Marvel Rivals and want to see more, let me know down in the comments. And the best way to tell me is if you like this video. How about, I've never done this. I've never ever done this. If we get this video to 100 likes, that's all. Just to get, if we can get this video to 100 likes, I will post a highlight of my best Marvel Rival moments right here on this channel. Thanks so much for taking time to watch this video. Like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.